a place called Col de Vence near Nice. That's in between Monte Carlo and Cannes. A very nice place. And then we'll go on and show you the connection between this place and crop circles here in Wiltshire. I'm a filmmaker in France, and I started 30 years ago working on this area, Col de Vence. I didn't know at the time what was going on there. I was fascinated by all the stones you will see. It's a bit like Stonehenge in Avebury Circle. And the years going by, I was making films on other subjects, and I got involved in this fantastic mystery of the Col de Vence, and then I later discovered Wiltshire and the crop circles. So it was a fantastic trip into the paranormal for me. As a filmmaker, I decided then to do some films, documentaries in France, and then in English here for England. So may I first show you a very nice picture of the good weather we have there. I'm very sorry, the weather's very nice for the last 2 days. This, for people who've been going to England, to Nice, sorry, this is fantastic weather. We've had this for 4 months, so I'm sorry to say that, but you must go there. This was taken 5 days ago. So this is Antibes, for people like who've been traveling to south of France. You can see the mountain behind is the Col de Vence. So when you go swimming, if you go into the cities, old villages, which is very beautiful, you have Saint-Paul-de-Vence near Nice. It's a wonderful place, and you can see this mountain, what we call the Col de Vence, but you can visit all the villages around, and nobody knows what's going on at the Col de Vence. A lot of tourists just come visit, and you will discover today what's going on. So when you get there, you can't get lost, obviously. You've got a big sign saying Col de Vence. It's a bit dirty, but... And well, you will see it's a fascinating place. I mean, when you get there, some people feel strange things straight away. Other people don't like staying there, and other people will stay because they feel good energies. So when you get there, there's no houses. It's a very small place. It's only 45 minutes drive from the airport. This is very surprising, as you will see. You arrive in Nice, get a car, and 45 minutes drive only to arrive to this place. So when you get there, this is where you will discover a very strange formation of rocks, and you can see maybe some faces carved into the rock. This is very surprising. It's very big, huge. I will tell you later why this is there. And you can see, it depends what time of the day you go there, of course. When the sun goes round, you will obtain different colors, shape. So this rock there could be different if you're there at lunchtime, or in the afternoon, or late at night. And as you go on the plateau, you will discover more incredible formations of rocks. This is nature. This is what's very wonderful about all this. This is not man-made. That's very important. Just nature, millions of years, the wind, rain, sand, snow, all this gave all that, and that is just nature. A lot of people asking me if man been carving rocks. No signs of people carving into the rocks. So it's just nature. This is a very nice photo. You can probably notice some strange faces here. As you can see, again, it depends what time the sun shines. You won't probably see this early in the morning. I mean, you won't see those kind of faces appearing. As the sun goes on the other side, then you obtain different shapes. It's magical. But again, it is incredible, and you feel small when you walk around. As I said, it's not a tourist. I mean, you have to find it by yourself. You know, you can't arrive like here, ask where Stonehenge is. people will tell you where Col de Vence is, but that is unknown. So you'll have to find it by yourself. Very, again, fantastic rocks. As you discover and walk around, you see this is hidden by the trees. You have to find it by yourself, and it's not very easy all to get there. Again, you can see another strange face here. And it is completely lost on the hill. There's no houses, just a small road. And you can see in the background the mountains with the snow. The French Alps begins just behind those mountains, the French Alps. So again, as you walk on into the plateau of the Col de Vence, you discover other pictures, you can discover other kind of rocks. And again, you can go in winter, summer, and you get all the time different colors. And it is something wonderful. And you can spend in the summertime, as I said, we got very good weather, very warm. You just stay there all evening, all night. Like I've seen people staying in crop circles all night, and you get probably the same feeling of paranormal mysteries of life. And these are huge. I mean, when you stand up, you probably arrived just here, you see. When I stand up, I get that high, so very big as well. Now this is fantastic because it's the way it stands up, the impression. It's like a lion. For me, I describe like a big lion, you know, the animal, and it's just there, standing there, and I mean, you just feel so small, you know. It's like the same impression, I think, when I discovered Avebury and Stonehenge and all the stones going around there. And when you see this, it is something. Well, it's hard to tell you what I feel, but you have to be there. It is magic. So you can see other forms of rocks, and again, this is not man-made. It's just nature. And well, it's been there for millions of years. And if you go there and ask for tourist information, people won't tell you this. That's very important. They'll tell you, right, you go to the Col de Vence and that's it. So you can find it, but some people call this village of stones, the village of stones as well. Now this one is fantastic. This is just looks like the planet of the apes. But this again, it's not been carved, nature. And when you see this, it's incredible to think it's only 45 minutes drive from Nice. People don't believe me. They just say it's impossible. And as you can see, it's just power, magic. And as I said, I spent 30 years working on this area. At that time, I didn't know about Stonehenge. I'd never been there, you know, or in Wiltshire. So later on, I will understand that you can find other areas in the world, and you can do the connection. So you see, it's quite important again with the sun going down, give you different shapes of the rocks. Some people can see some faces here, depends, or here. As the sun goes around, you can see, imagine a strange face here, you can see here. The two eyes, the nose, the mouth. See? Strange face looking at you. It's not scary, it's alright, but you can stay there, but it depends. I mean, it is, when you get there, you see this thing looking at you, and you can imagine so many things, but it's peaceful, there's no worry about it. I mean, you just stay there in a complete silence, and you can walk around. There's no really path, but it's not very always easy to walk around these rocks, but it's just, say, magic. It's magical. And this is great. You can see again the shape of this standing, and you're just small. I'm standing up when I took that picture, as you can see how high it is. And when the sun goes around, you can see those shadows turning again around the rocks, like a slow motion film. So you can imagine the impression it gets when you get in the evening, and you just stand there. You can stand there for an hour, and this rock will change form. And you think it's looking at you all the time, but maybe it is, but it's a great sensation. Now, some specialists have been there, and as I say, they've not found anything, paranormal or something. For them, it's just normal. Years, millions of years gone by. It's just normal weather. The weather's done that for millions of years. And as you can see, when the weather is not good, it does happen as well. You get another kind of light, which is quite grey. Makes it more mystery, as you can see. So now you can see a face, which is, as I say again, just complete hazard. It's not man-made. And you see a face looking somewhere, and this face will disappear. I mean, if you come at lunchtime, you won't see this face. Again, the shadows, sun turning around, and it will obtain shadows, and sometimes it will. I mean, I was passing this rock for 10 years. I never noticed this, and I noticed it because I came at a certain time to see it. So it's a live movie, This place is just a live movie all the time. You can see this incredible stone, and it's enormous. Again, I'm standing up when I took the picture, so you can see how huge it's so big, impressive. You feel very small. Again, when the weather changes, it gives you other colors. You feel completely different. It's not scary, but I mean, something is going on all the time, and it's so huge. So again, you can see how deep it is as you walk around. This is fantastic. Again, you can see all the colors, and it's like a film. You just walk in complete silence. For some people, it's a dream. So much to see, to discover. It's so big. There's 3, as I say, people call these village of stones. There are 3 village of stones on the Col de Vence. This is one of them. And it is, so beautiful. You just walk, and all the time you discover new faces, new shape. Again, as you can see, this strange shape, just standing there. You don't meet very. I mean, I've been walking there so many years, and not many people you will come across. I don't know why, but because obviously I've done so many TV shows about this place, so you think a lot of people will come and see the place, but they don't. So it keeps it, magic. So again, that's one of the hills. There's 2 hills. The Col de Vence is a small plateau, and you have 2 small hills, and in between you have all these village of stones, which makes it more and more incredible as you go around it. Now that's, as I say, it's just one stone is like this on all the Col de Vence, just one, and you can see how huge it is. Again, I'm standing up. I'm not on my knees, so you can see how big it is. Obviously, when you see this, you can't imagine. A lot of people have asked me if it's like the pyramids. It's like people saying aliens arrived a long time ago. Is this an ancient civilization? So you can't say that. It's just part of it, of the mystery. Of course, you can't. You got to imagine yourself. Maybe something long time ago, something maybe happened there. So you can see some old signs, but that's human. People have been drawing silly things. Triangle here. It's just some people have been there before, and like everywhere, done some bad drawings on the rocks. And again, if you stand there and you see the sun going down, it's a wonderful feeling just to see this shape getting darker and darker in front of you. Now this is the Col de Vence in winter. So as I said, this is one of the hills, and on that side is the seaside. You can see all Nice, Cannes, See, it snows once a year, not very much. Last year's 1 meter, which, as you can see, let's see, once a year. It's very rare. You can see Corsica, which appears here. Now that's in effect shadow effect. You can see the mountains, the snow, once or twice a year. It just depends on the pollution. And you stand there and you can see Corsica, the island. And Nice is just behind here, and the seafront you can see there. As you walk along, you will discover strange things. This is man-made. So I took that picture 2 weeks ago. A lot of work. Someone must have been inspired of the place, and this is where the stones on the ground. There's only one of them anyway. So this is a picture of the sky, as you can imagine, and well, you can figure what you want, but something happened there. You know, that's the sun here, and something very strange here. So we get sometimes strange photographies of the sky as we work, because when we make our films, we take a lot of pictures of what we're doing for the films when we get back in studio, and sometimes you will get some strange effects. Now, as you can see, the sun is here, and on the computer we got this strange shape, which normally shouldn't be there. This one's very strange. It looked like a skull. So it's getting a bit frightening now. Sorry. Sun, as you can see, here, all around here. So some rocks are a bit frightening. As I say, it depends what you see, and it depends on the weather, of course, or the color you get. Now, I discovered this not a long time ago, and it was there millions of years. See, another strange shape. Fantastic. I mean, you just walk again and discover that. This has been there for millions of years, as I say, and I still discover incredible rocks, formations, as you can see, and this is unbelievable. As I say, it's only 45 minutes drive from Nice. I hope you'd like to go and visit there, because again, that's the other hill you can see there, over there, and in between you can see those small rocks here, and there's nothing, no houses. There's just one small farm, but there's nobody living there. And again, I think the best is in the evening when the sun goes down. It is probably the best time, because you've got all the colors changing. As I was saying, just wait, and it's just a big film, a big movie in front of you, as you can imagine now. And you're just standing there. It is something powerful, and I mean, it's just life. I think it's where it all happened, you know, started. Night comes down, and it still have different shapes, colors. You can stay there hours and hours in a complete silence and just look at this wonderful place, and
it's amazing what little brain damage will do for your credibility.
Rocks and
Some kind of poetic justice for not believing Sammy.
of course, this has been written by us while we're making the film. Okay, so, but even at night time, if you have a good torch, and shine on the rocks, and again, it will give you all these strange sensations and forms you can get. This is us with a big torch. So you see, again, you can gives you some new colors, impression of rocks. And honestly, if you spend 24 hours up there, and you'll be very happy to see all this. Well, it takes about 2 or 3 days to visit, of course, because it's pretty big. And it is something, I mean, completely different every time, every day you go there. I spent 30 years working on this place, as I say, and every time with my team while we're making films, it is always different. So of course you get beautiful sunsets, and as you can see, Col de Vence in the evening, wonderful sensation again of what the area looks like. And of course, if you go there and some music, give you new ideas and the impression you get out of it. So, as I say, if you go to Nice, you must visit this place, Col de Vence, because it is, when I came here in Wiltshire and I discovered all the stones and the same kind of sensation, it took me a couple of months to think we can make a connection between them. As you can see, a wonderful sunset. It's part of the game. It's part of what you feel, and all the time, winter, summer, you get some sunset all completely different. In the winter, it's always red, orange, red, and it changes into grey. So you get mist. You can't get lost normally, because I say it's in between two small hills. That's one of them. And as you can see, with the sky, the clouds, gives you again some other impression. And you can yourself, with a big torch, give what you want to the rock. If you want to give a strange face, you can do it. And then take photos of it. Well, you have a very nice time, I can assure you. Now, the second part of this area, as you can see, some English people came to see me and asked me what was going on, because they've heard about UFOs, so I didn't know at the time it could be the case. I was just exploring the Col de Vence for many years. 15 years, nothing happened. That's important. 15 years, nothing happened. I just thought, well, it's just stories of local people. 15 years is a very, very long time. And well, we started to see things which was just unbelievable, because as you can see, the area is fascinating, strange. It's very easy to say, oh, this place must have UFOs. And as I say, well, we were wrong for 15 years. I just say, well, this is local people just saying stories. So, vas-y. This is started in 1975. The Col de Vence is behind there. And I got this story from a policeman. A small village called Saint-Vallier, which is above Grasse. You know, Grasse is where they make the perfume. This person was standing in his kitchen, and he saw those 6 lights, powerful lights, in complete silence behind the Col de Vence, 1975. He took 4 pictures, as you will see in the next one. The person was completely paralyzed by what he was seeing, because he's been living there for years. He'd never seen anything like that before. Some people said, well, it's helicopters from the army. So you can imagine helicopters, pretty big, strange helicopters. This went on for about 10 minutes, complete silence, big balls of light just flying in complete silence. And the Col de Vence is behind there. And the guy just couldn't believe what he was doing, what was happening. He was just watching, taking pictures. And the next day, he asked the police if there'd been other witness. Of course, nobody. I say of course, because normally there's only one witness each time. And it's never been explained since 1975. Nobody's been able to explain what it was. And after a couple of, about 10 minutes later, those lights disappeared behind the Col de Vence, one by one. Right, these are photos what we call them surprise pictures. As I say, 15 years later, we started making ourselves pictures like this. So the Col de Vence, this is while we were making our film. This was pretty disturbing because we had nothing for 15 years, and we were making this film, and suddenly we started having strange objects while making the film. Now, I was personally annoyed a little bit because I thought people would say, well, they got UFOs to sell their DVDs. So obviously, I mean, this happened just naturally because in France, you know, people don't like, if you make films on UFOs, they don't like, because they say you're making money on UFOs. But we were making a film on the Col de Vence, and this happened, so we had to show it. I mean, we could not ignore that. So this object was there. We did not see it. It was just after back into the studios. It was, you can see it's shining, and it's dark underneath. It corresponds to the shadow of the sun, where the sun is. So apparently it is a physical object because the sun is this side, and this is shiny, and the dark shark here is dark, correspond to where the sun is not there. So you can see it's not a bird, it's not a helicopter either. It's not, what is it? We don't know. We didn't hear anything, we saw nothing, and this big object seemed pretty big from the distance where we were, where we took the picture. Right, this is one of the most amazing pictures of the Col de Vence. Maybe some of you will say it's a ghost, maybe, you will see why. This person was working with us, so he was taking pictures of the Col de Vence while we were making the film in winter. And he said, oh, I've got a strange fog. Well, we said, okay. Take another picture. And you will see the second picture what happens. You can see the fog is still there, the same one, and you got three figures standing in the fog. And the first one is big, and you can see the second one and third one as it's like three people walking, you know. This is quite frightening, as I say again. I don't know if they're ghosts. Honestly, I can't tell you that. That's the first picture, as you can see. There's no mist, nobody's smoking. That's very important. And the second picture was very important for us because this appeared in this kind of mist. So we did other pictures straight away, and nothing, it all disappeared. Now the fact that there is two pictures proves there was something happening. You can't say one picture is just nothing. On the second one, you get those shapes, human forms. So maybe this is ghost, I don't know. No, I can't tell you that. It's part of the Col de Vence mystery. After you have visited the place, you get that kind of thing. But it's pretty rare, I can assure you, that kind of paranormal activity. Anyway, don't be scared, I haven't got any more of that kind of picture. Okay, and so as we were making our film, again, the Col de Vence, and you can see two objects flying. They correspond to the shadow on each side. You can see the mountain, the shadows, and the sun is on the left, so everything is normal for the picture. So it could be birds, but as we looked on the computer, you can easily see if they are insects or birds, and they're not. And they were in a certain distance from us. Blue sky, no, as you can see, no clouds, and nobody saw nothing from the working team making the film with us. It's a bit annoying to discover these things because we'd like to see them, but we didn't see nothing. All right, this one in 2001. We were shooting the sun, the camera, and this is one of the rocks of the Col de Vence, the mountain, and this incredible object or something else appeared. And again, nobody saw nothing. This is very important because it's, as I say, we discover afterwards, but now we've got the new cameras, so we can see straight away the picture. That's at first where all cameras reflects, and now with the screen you can see the picture straight away, and we noticed the object and there was nothing in front of us. And it's a strange sensation to say it's impossible, and it does, and it just happens. So you feel there's something there, someone's watching you. Certain in the evening, it's a bit scary because, again, so we took 10, 20, 30 pictures afterwards. There was nothing there anymore. Right, this is another strange picture as well. Strange mist, which we did not see, and it's very. You can see it's physical because the sun. You can see the sun here, coming light. It's just lighting here, and the shadow. Well, you can see it's been lit by the sun, so it is physical. It's not just a fog. I mean, if it was there, we would have seen it, but it is. You can see the sun is still shining, and the object is correspond to the lights of the sun. All right. I mean, this. I'm not saying this is. What is it? I don't know. It's not alien. I don't know. It's just part of the Col de Vos mystery, and you can see all kind of shape, form. That's incredible, and figures of the paranormal at the Col de Vos. Right, this is quite interesting. This is what we call here in England white balls of light, been seen over the crop circles. This is quite recently. We did not obtain those pictures for many years, and this has been happening for the last couple of years, and this is why I decided to do the connection with Wiltshire and the crop circles. And this is quite incredible because it's a perfect white ball of light. It seems going up. That's what we think. There seems to be a trail behind it, and as you can imagine, with these rocks around you and this paranormal activity going around you, it gives it more fascination. It's fascinating to see all these. And again, as I said, 15 years we've had nothing. This is quite incredible. Why 15 years we've had nothing? And suddenly it all started, and it just doesn't stop. And again, as you can see, so many different objects. It's not the same. So when I had this picture, I said, right, I must go to England one day, because I read about crop circles. I read about a lot of people filming white balls of light above the fields. So I say, well, we'll see what happens. You can see another one here, quite far away, and again nobody saw nothing. As you can see, no clouds, no rain, it's not snowing. Nothing can explain that thing, that object or thing. I don't know what to say, but you can't say what it is. It's just there. Of course, all the cameras, we've got professional cameras. The lens have been cleaned, so we take care of the material we use. So this is physical, because again on the computer you can see the sun is shining on it. So this is the Col de Vos, and you can see those mountains there. Wonderful. We were waiting for the sun to go down to do some new filming. So we noticed this here. We didn't see it, just noticed it. So we took a second picture later on, and on the same picture we got those flying again balls of lights. There's one there, here, and there. Maybe another one there, maybe. And you can see the distance, they are very far away. So that proves, again, your camera can catch things that your eyes will not see. That's another problem, and it's fascinating about the mystery. Why does camera see things and your eyes don't? Because again, I'm not on my own. I've got the team with me, we're about 10 people. So everybody's obviously watching when we're filming. And it's just incredible to see that on the film we get that. Right, so one day the Nancy Talbot, which I took her place today because she's ill, called me 2 years ago and said, well, I'd like to come to the Col de Vos and see by myself what's going on. So she came in, I can't remember, October 2 years ago for a week. And well, she did the effort to come because a lot of people, just judge, nowadays on computer, internet, say, oh, it's all rubbish. So she came, and that was very good of her to come to see us. And she said, right, let's see what's going on. So we took her to the Col de Vence one night, and she was, skeptical. She said, well, I'm not, easy believer, so we started taking a load of pictures. That's what she asked us to do, like we do normally. So take a lot of pictures around her, and this obviously happened. We knew it was going to happen anyway. So there was no rain. We've taken hundreds of pictures at that time of year, and this only, we'll see a couple of pictures happen when she was there. You can't, nothing, all right, the flash is reflecting something, that's obviously, because we're using the flash, but you can't explain these round balls of lights around Nancy Talbot. So we went, she stayed for 1 week, and we took every night pictures because she obviously was completely amazed by that first picture. And she was sitting there on the chair at the Col de Vence, looking at pictures she was making herself as well, and a very strange ball of light just there. This man here did not see nothing. You can see the glasses here, and there's a small white dot. You can see maybe the reflection that lights on the glasses just there. Now we've worked on the computer. We have no proof it's a reflection, but there is a white reflection light just, and it's not the flash. So probably this is reflecting on the glasses here. And nobody saw nothing while taking the picture. So she started, she did tell me at first when she came, she was convinced she could explain what was going on. And she said, she said to me a week later, she watched me, all my team, the way we were working, where we were putting our hands on camera, of course, in pockets. Now, what I'm trying to say, she did not suspect anything unusual about us, but she's a human being and she had to, to be careful of the work we were doing. So we went on. She got back to the States, and obviously she was amazed, and she did talk about, she said, well, I'll talk about what's going on, and today she can tell you it is true what happened to her and what she saw. This is an incredible picture at the Col de Vence. It's a person who was by car going past the Col de Vence, and this he saw. This is very important. This is one of the rare pictures. There's a witness. He saw this black thing in the sky, black object. He just hadn't got time to stop the car, take his camera out, and you'll see the next one. This is important because it proves that other people will take other pictures, because we were taking a lot of pictures at that time, and I'm very happy to see that other people, by a strange coincidence, can take other strange objects, and he saw it. And he told us it just disappeared the same way when you put a TV off. The old screen just black out. That object just disappeared. Just there, it was just there and just went off in no way. Great speed. It was pretty scary, he said. I mean, it's because it was strange and black and it was dark and he had a strange sensation. And he just took pictures. And as you can see, it's not a cloud. It was pretty big, no noise, and what's very important, he saw it. That's one of the rare photos. We have a witness seeing something at the Col de Vence, and again, as you can see, completely different. It's something we've never had before. Now, the Col de Vence is here. As I said, you have some very nice villages surrounding the Col de Vence. This is not very far from Saint-Paul-de-Vence. This is Bar-sur-Loup, another small village. And this is a person working for a flying company, French flying company, and he was taking a picture of from his bedroom. So you can see the church. This is normal. That's the sun reflecting on the lens, and you notice this strange object. You didn't see it. Very odd spot. And you can see a metallic object shining in the sun, and only one picture. Blue sky again, no wind, no cloud. At the time when this happened, the Nice airport got an echo on the radar. So you see, just before I was telling you I was taking pictures of things I did not see, then you get witness, see paranormal activities. This is quite interesting because the witness did not see nothing, but there was a physical trace, echoes at the Nice airport on the radar. We know this story because he told his father, who was working in the army. So he had some friends at the airport, military airport, working there, and they confirmed. So they sent the police to his house. They witnessed, asked him a lot of questions of what he had. They took the picture from him. He was lucky they kept some for himself. And they said, well, we'll tell you what it is. Of course, they never called, no phone calls, nothing. It's just that a couple of days later, his father said to him, well, they're saying they're pigeons because of the church. So that's a French pigeon. It's not bad, maybe, I don't know. So if you go to France and you see that kind of pigeon, let me know. Huh? So as you can see, there was a radar for 20 seconds, which is quite a long time, and the radar corresponds to that area. So we can say 99% that was a real UFO, and it was picked up by the Nice airport radar. Back to the Col de Vence. So that was just around the Col de Vence. Again, taking pictures, and you can see this strange shape again. Ça va qu'il doit y aller là? C'est bon? And again, you can see normally it's further away from the rock. It's a bit flu, but right, it could be anything. But again, nature, I don't think nature can provide that kind of shape. It could be anything. I mean, a lot of people say it was an object that was thrown in the air, maybe, but we were there making the film. There was nobody behind the rocks. We went behind that, and there's nobody playing around. Again, no children. Because again, when we take pictures, we're very careful to make sure there's nobody, making a fool of ourselves, making a trick. And well, there's nobody behind the rocks. And again, someone said it could be a CD, thrown away, but maybe. I haven't got the songs on it, and they're very strange. And again, as you can see, a different form which we've never had before. Now this is an old volcano. The sea, Nice is this side, and this is still the plateau. You explore the Col de Vence, and you will always find different things with pleasure. An old volcano there. And again, we're filmmaking, and we had this strange object here. Again, something different, as you can see. So normally, it's winter time. I don't think it's a butterfly or a kind of insect like that. We did not see nothing, but it's strange shape. It's not very important. I'd like to show it to you because, again, it's something different. Well, we've had before, and so many pictures. So it's what the big mystery about the Col de Vence is. So many different pictures. When you come here in England to see the Wiltshire crop circle phenomenon, you can see a lot of white balls, and you can see here it's so strange, different shapes you get by day, by night, and this we cannot understand. Something flying past from the camera, but at a certain distance, and can't understand where it's getting its energy, the light, where it's coming from. Because as again, when we work in studio, you can see with the computer, there is some light coming from the object. So again, it is something, you can imagine, pretty big. And this is the only one we have of this kind of thing. You know, again, so many different kind of strange objects. Right, this again, making the film, this is pretty rare because nobody, well, some part of the team saw this. This is going very fast, so you will see. Notice the 3 rocks here. Vas-y, prochaine. See, the object was there and it's gone there. This is one of the rare pictures on the movie. Because this is going very fast, you can't see it. And you can see a white disc, I would say. You see the 3 rocks here, vas-y, and it's gone there. Yeah, as I said, they're not man-made. It's all nature, millions of years. And it seems that those kind of areas, like Stonehenge and Avebury, and seem to attract the paranormal, I suppose, because again, what you're seeing there is a lot. So this object was passing by very quick, and someone said it was a plastic bag, maybe. But strange plastic bag. You can imagine this would be an enormous plastic bag, enormous. Well, you always have idiots giving, answers, so you can see a white disc. Some people saw it, but I didn't see it. Now again, back to the strange ape face rock, and very strange thing here. Half of it is in the cloud. We were taking pictures for the film, and this thing appeared just above the head. And then a second picture, and the object from here went behind and came here. So, just before this one, as you can see, the object just from here went on the other side, and it was incredible because we were just watching and there was nothing in the air. Just on 2 pictures, the object just went behind, and that's it, finished. No more. We took plenty of pictures afterwards. We went behind, and there's nothing there. Another kind of strange picture, as you can see. So it has a color rock, but again, there's no stones falling around us. There was nobody playing around. While you're making a film, you take 100 pictures, and as I say, this is going very fast. Now, one of the explanations we get is, the eye is like a camera, and when you take a picture, it just stops the moment. So maybe the camera is, when it, in some sense, it just stops the time. Your eye is just like a camera; it's always moving, so you don't pay attention maybe. And when you take a picture, you just stop the moment, the time, and then maybe something happens at that moment, and you can capture the picture. Right, this is not a crop circle. I would have liked, but this happened in one night. There was nothing in the field the day before. This is it's a pretty old picture, but at first it was a perfect circle, 12 meters diameter, which appeared the next day. Someone said to me, "Did you attach an animal in the middle?" And it just went round all night. A goat, maybe, something like this. There was no animal. It was just burnt, a perfect circle, 12 diameter, and it was just burnt. Now today, this is 1993. You can go and still see it, which is impossible by nature. You can see it. You get, mushrooms can do half a circle. We've seen this before, and it takes years to make a perfect circle. Some mushrooms can do it. This came in one night because we were filming, and the day before there was nothing. We came back to finish the film, and we found this trace on the ground. And in winter, the snow melts around it. So you can still see it today. Not so good, we can still see it. So something happened there. So maybe was it a future crop circle for me to visit? I don't know, but it was very interesting. And this only happened once. So we had some scientific who came to explore the ground. As I say, these mushrooms can do it, but it just took particles of the ground and took it to study it, and they found nothing unusual on the ground. There was no witness that evening. There were no strange lights, and as I say, if you go there today, you can still see it. Yeah, of course, yeah. No, that's just above, but oh, you're here. That's people. The people who arrived, and like you can find anywhere, Yeah. Do you see it? Yeah, that's people. People came picnicking. You do a picnic, and the children put stones on the ground. So that's nothing unusual. So again, that was the picture I showed you early on, just to show that the effects of the sun here, and maybe a strange thing going around about it. So today, a couple of years later, I came to England, into the crop circle, and I thought, right, finish with the col de Vence, I've made my films, finish with UFOs, let me discover the crop circle mystery. So I came as a tourist, unknown, happy, and it all started again. Taking pictures of crop circles for the first time, and again, you can see 3 white balls of light, the same you saw at the Col de Vence on one of the pictures. Incredible, because they're perfectly round, with a shadow underneath. And well, I started buying DVDs here, other people making films, books, and discovered this white balls going across the fields. And it was just quite unbelievable that I got this picture with my team. There was no rain, no flash, and nobody saw nothing. So you can see slowly the connection between the Col de Vence, slowly with Wiltshire. So there you have proof of a nice day in England. It does happen. Very happy about that. This is near Mill Kiln. It's a new crop formation. We were in it filming, and this again appeared on one of the pictures. It's not the moon, I can guarantee, because it'd be a very big moon. This again, same as Col de Vence, white ball of light. Nobody saw nothing in the field. There were other people on the road. I asked, nobody saw nothing. And you can see this big white light, ball of light, and no flash were used. We're just taking pictures again. You will see some footage of this afterwards. Right, 2009, because I've been coming here for 7 years now, and this was near Martinshill Hill. Martinshill Hill the other day. We're making a new film. Incredible 3 lights. They're not flares, I can guarantee you, because you don't see flares in daylight that way. You can discover the strange formation of lights. I don't know if they're going up or down. Nothing was seen at all in the crop circle. There's several people with me from Holland. So many witnesses. And when I took the picture with the camera, there was a guy behind me from Holland with his family, and he saw directly what had happened. I just took the picture, and we saw on the screen those 3 lights. And he was witness. There was nothing there in the sky, nothing before, and I just took the picture, and those 3 lights appeared. And so we started taking plenty of pictures again. There was nothing. And you will see something incredible which happened just a couple of minutes afterwards. This is unbelievable. You ready? Vas-y. Yeah, wow. I was on my knees taking plenty of pictures again, and this is enormous. It's just, you can't explain it. I've shown these pictures to people around here who live around local people. I just can't explain what that is. There's 4 witnesses when this picture was taken. There was nothing in front of us. It's not in front of the camera, it's a certain distance from the wood here and where we were standing. And you can see it is just unbelievable. It's just, I have no word to explain this. What is it? There's strange things here and here, you can see. It's not very easy, but because of the screen, 2 little blue lights here, which we can't explain what they are. We can see it on the computer. They are objects as well. I've never seen this myself before in a crop circle research. A lot of people do research. I've seen many photos, but this is just unbelievable. Sorry? That's right. Nobody saw nothing. I mean, you can't miss it. It's impossible. That's why it's so surprising. You can't miss it. I mean, and it's just astonishing. We were just standing there and said, what to do? I mean, the lens was clean. I mean, it's just, what is it? And oh, it's a Sony camera, you know, it's a Sony camera with a big screen, you know, normal camera, which, yeah. We're not using professional cameras at that time, you know, just normal cameras. Sorry? The one in Martinsell Hill, the one which looked like a star, you know, which not, yeah, that's right, a galaxy. None. There was two formation, one long one, and that one it looks like the Stone Age one in 1991, I think. You see, yeah, we were in that one. It was 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Non, vous voyez pas les nus, c'est pour les Français. Sorry? Sorry, I can't hear. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, for the question just after. So I'm finishing just to say, no, we did not see it, so it didn't appear or disappear for us. It just, there was nothing there. We were just taking a picture of that crop circle on the ground, and those things just appeared. We don't know why. Okay, c'est bon pour le film? Okay, so now we're going to show you something to finish with, which we've heard for many years. White balls being filmed across the crop circles. I've been coming for 7 years, and we've made it 7 years later. This is 2 days ago across Eastfield. We had the camera. This is professional camera, as you can see. It's not moving. Our camera is not moving, and we could see it on the screen, and we could not see it with our eyes. This is quite unbelievable. We could see it on the screen of the camera, and it's very, very big. Now watch, it's going to disappear very strangely inside the crop. So, tu repasses? Show it again. It's for the first time I've seen this. I mean, this is just incredible. I've been coming every year for 7 years, and at last I was filming something which I saw so many times on DVDs and books, people talking about witness, and I can assure you it's a strange sensation when you see this. Sorry? No, this is normal speed. We have not worked on it yet. The picture is much better than this because I've not worked. We just put it on today to show it to you. Normal speed. Right, that's the first film that day. Then you will see another, well, just last time, then two more films we made that day. You can see how bright it is. This is the Mill Kill. Mill Kill. We'll show you the second video. It's beneath the White Horse at Mill Kill. Yeah. Now look. You'll see two other. Watch what's going to happen. Look, three flying, and it's going in between. Goes, and then I was trying to catch up the other one. There it is. Now we've been filming for hours. We were there for four hours. We saw nothing else apart from that. Try to go. Look how it goes over the people. It goes over the people. They don't see it. And then you can see, and I can show you they're not birds because we've worked on it. We've grown up the picture. They are perfect round balls of light. And it's not seeds flying because we've got millions of that. No birds. We've worked on that as well. And you can see the ball will go over. It's changing direction. It's going over the two people and it's going down again back on the way it's going. And you can see two others flying. That was the same day. We couldn't believe what we were to see. Yeah, because so many, you know, you have to be careful between the birds, and you can see butterflies. You have seeds flying a bit as well, but these three balls of light are physical, and they were not flying the same way. The wind, if the wind was going in the same direction, those three balls of light are all flying different. The two together, and that one. Vas-y, troisième. Right, I'll show you the last footage. We took the same day, and I say we've been filming every day. We've seen nothing, so it is something very. Look at the speed. You can see the car, something very quick, and it's going quicker and quicker. It's a bit hard to see on that screen, but you will see it's still there, going very quick. The speed is increasing. And I'm zooming 20 times, so you can imagine how big it is. And that went over the village of Alton Barnes. Incredible. And again, on the computer, you can see it's a perfect round ball. I'm zooming a maximum, and the speed, it was very hard to film because it's going so quick. It was going quicker and quicker. Three films made the same day, and we've been filming for 7 years. So you can see that is not natural. Because if it was, I would have had 100 films, and it all happened the same afternoon at Mill Kill, near the long formation below the White Horse. Do you want to do les trois? We'll show you three footage once more, and to show it is possible. You have to be patient. But as I say, what's incredible, we could see it on the screen, and we were looking at in the field, you can see nothing. So you have a proof that maybe you can't see it, but the camera does see it. So it's very difficult because you have to fix the camera and follow the white ball. And again, we think they're about the size of a football. That big. Okay. Tu montes le deuxième et puis on finit. Right, and the last one, because it's very spectacular to see a footage with three white balls together. And so as you can see, we were very lucky because waiting 7 years to get that footage, probably this is for us the best we've got, because you've got people in the field, the white ball is coming down, and then suddenly join. So we're going to be working on this film, slow motion, and and that's it. And then the other one went off, and that one was still coming down. Yeah, practically in the same place. As I said, we'll not have time to work on those pictures. We're obviously going to work slow motion and all that. But what we know for certain, we've worked on that. This is not a seed flying, no bird. It's a 3 round objects. 2, it reminds you of the crop circle Oliver's Castle. We can see the balls going around. Gave me that same impression. Well, it's a lot to say. I am a lucky man maybe with my team. As I say, to finish, it's years' work. We've been working for a long time, very long time, to get all this. It doesn't happen in one day. As I say, I've been coming here for 7 years to obtain those footage this year, 2 days ago. So we're going out in the fields, I'm staying here for another 4 days, so we're going to go out in the fields. These are the DVDs we made, what we've seen, because a lot more footage we cannot show you because it would take so long. We've done, this is a 90 minutes film, the other one is 2 hours with other footage in it. And it's been a lot of work to do. And so I'd like to finish to say thank you to Francine Blake and her team. Sure. Sure. Pieces here, depends, or here. As the sun goes around, you can see, imagine a strange face here, you can see here. The 2 eyes, the nose, the mouth. See? Strange face looking at you. It's not scary, it's alright, but you can stay there, but it depends. I mean, it is, when you get there, you see this thing looking at you, and you can imagine so many things, but it's peaceful, there's no worry about it. I mean, you just stay there in a complete silence, and you can walk around. There's no really path, but it's not very always easy to walk around these rocks, but it's just, say, magic. It's magical, and this is great. You can see again the shape of this, standing, and you're just small. I'm standing up when I took that picture, as you can see how high it is. And when the sun goes around, you can see those shadows turning again around the rocks, like a slow motion film. So you can imagine the impression it gets when you get in the evening, and you just stand there. You can stand there for an hour, and this rock will change form. And you think it's looking at you all the time, but maybe it is, but it's a great sensation. Now, some specialists have been there, and as I said, they've not found anything, paranormal or something. For them, it's just normal. Years, millions of years have gone by. It's just normal weather. That's the weather's done that for millions of years. And as you can see, when the weather is not good, it does happen as well. You get another kind of light, which is quite grey. Makes it more mystery, as you can see. So now you can see a face, which is as I say again, just complete hazard. It's not man-made. Here, as you can see, again, it depends what time the sun shines. You won't probably see this early in the morning. I mean, you won't see those kind of faces appearing. As the sun goes on the other side, then you obtain different shapes. It's magical. But again, it is incredible, and you feel small when you walk around. As I said, it's not a tourist. I mean, you have to find it by yourself. You know, it's not, you can't arrive like here, ask where Stonehenge is. People will tell you where Col de Vence is, but that is unknown. So you'll have to find it by yourself. Very, again, fantastic rocks. As you discover and walk around, you see this is hidden by the trees. You have to find it by yourself, and it's not very easy although to get there. Again, you can see another strange face here. And it is completely lost on the hill. There's no houses, just a small road, and you can see in the background the mountains with the snow. The French Alps begins just behind those mountains, the French Alps. So again, as you walk on into the plateau of the Col de Vence, you discover other pictures. You can discover other kind of rocks, and again, you can go in winter, summer, and you get all the time different colors, and it is something wonderful. And you can spend in the summertime, as I said, we got very good weather, very warm. You just stay there all evening, all night. Like I've seen people staying in crop circles all night, and you get probably the same feeling of paranormal mysteries of life. And these are huge. I mean, when you stand up, you probably arrived just here, you see. When I stand up, I get that high, so very big as well. Now this is fantastic because it's the way it stands up, the impression. It's like a lion. For me, I describe like a big lion, you know, the animal, and it's just there, standing there, and I mean, you just feel so small, you know. It's like the same impression, I think, when I discovered Avebury and Stonehenge and all the stones going around there. And when you see this, it is something. Well, it's hard to tell you what I feel, but you have to be there. It is magic. So you can see other forms of rocks, and again, this is not man-made. It's just nature, and well, it's been there for millions of years. And if you go there and ask for tourist information, people won't tell you this. That's very important. They'll tell you, right, you go to the Col de Vence and that's it. So you can find it, but some people call this Village of Stones, the Village of Stones as well. Now this one is fantastic. This is just looks like the Planet of the Apes. But this again, it's not been carved, nature. And when you see this, it's incredible to think it's only 45 minutes drive from Nice. People don't believe me. They just say it's impossible. And as you can see, it's just power, magic. And as I said, I spent 30 years working on this area. At that time, I didn't know about Stonehenge. I'd never been there, you know, or in Wiltshire. So later on, I will understand that you can find other areas in the world, and you can do the connection. So you see, it's quite important again with the sun going down, give you different shapes of the rocks. Some people can see some fake. So when you get there, you can't get lost, obviously. You've got a big sign saying Col de Vence. It's a bit dirty, but well, you will see it's a fascinating place. I mean, when you get there, some people feel strange things straight away. Other people don't like staying there, and other people will stay because they feel good energies. So when you get there, there's no houses. It's a very small place. It's only 45 minutes drive from the airport. This is very surprising, as you will see. You arrive in Nice, get a car, and 45 minutes drive only to arrive to this place. So when you get there, this is where you will discover a very strange formation of rocks, and you can see maybe some faces carved into the rock. This is very surprising. It's very big, huge. I will tell you later why this is there. And you can see, it depends what time of the day you go there, of course. When the sun goes round, you will obtain different colors, shape. So this rock there could be different if you're there at lunchtime, or in the afternoon, or late at night. And as you go on the plateau, you will discover more incredible formations of rocks. This is nature. This is what's very wonderful about all this. This is not man-made. That's very important. Just nature, millions of years, the wind, rain, sand, snow, all this gave all that, and that is just nature. A lot of people asking me if man been carving rocks. No signs of people carving into the rocks. So it's just nature. This is a very nice photo. You can probably notice some strange faces. A place called Col de Vence near Nice. That's in between Monte Carlo and Cannes. A very nice place. And then we'll go on and show you the connection between this place and crop circles here in Wiltshire. I'm a filmmaker in France, and I started 30 years ago working on this area, Col de Vence. I didn't know at the time what was going on there. I was fascinated by all the stones you will see. It's a bit like Stonehenge in Avebury Circle. And the years going by, I was making films on other subjects, and I got involved in this fantastic mystery of the Col de Vence, and then I later discovered Wiltshire and the crop circles. So it was a fantastic trip into the paranormal for me. As a filmmaker, I decided then to do some films, documentaries in France, and then in English here for England. So may I first show you a very nice picture of the good weather we have there. I'm very sorry, the weather's very nice for the last 2 days. This, people who've been going to England, to Nice, sorry, this is fantastic weather. We've had this for 4 months, so I'm sorry to say that, but you must go there. This was taken 5 days ago. So this is Antibes, for people like who've been traveling to the south of France. You can see the mountain behind is the Col de Vence. So when you go swimming, if you go into the cities, old villages, which is very beautiful, you have Saint-Paul-de-Vence near Nice. It's a wonderful place, and you can see this mountain, what we call the Col de Vence, but you can visit all the villages around, and nobody knows what's going on at the Col de Vence. A lot of tourists just come visit, and you will discover today what's going on.